Using analytics to measure the success or failure of commercial and non-commercial online properties. The term analytics in the context of online marketing refers to a highly precise discipline involving the use of a set of software tools designed to assist a competent online marketer or online property owner in achieving maximum performance of an online property. Analytics can also offer a clearer understanding of the reasons for the success or failure of an online property. The specific goal of analytics is to assist the online marketer in drawing highly qualified online visitors to an online property so that the visitor and the owner of the property each receive a desired benefit. The potential benefit to the online visitor is that he or she finds high-quality information at the property which satisfies a specific need. If the visitor's specific need is satisfied, the owner of the property benefits in several ways. Authority. The property owner achieves a higher degree of authority on the topic of the information consumed by the visitor. For example, suppose the topic of a specific page on an online property owned by the widget company is portable blue widgets, and the visitor needs information regarding the suitability of such items for small children. If the visitor's need is satisfied by virtue of visiting the site, then the property owner's level of authority on the subject increases. The search engines recognize this and reward the property with a higher search ranking on the topic of portable blue widgets. The next time someone uses a relevant keyword to find information about portable blue widgets, then a listing for the owner's property will appear closer to the all-important first page of search results. As authority increases, the property's website or blog listing gets closer and closer to the most prominent position in a search result. Analytics plays an important role in identifying popular keywords which are relevant to the topic of the online property. This aspect of analytics is commonly referred to as keyword research. Analytics can also reveal how competitive a selection of relevant keywords may be and how often those keywords were actually used recently. Analytics removes the guesswork out of using keywords to influence the degree of authority associated with a particular online property. Visibility. On the heels of authority is the benefit to the property owner of greater online visibility of an online property. If the search engine results page, SERP, for the property is in, say, the top 5 or 10 listings on page number 1, then the owner can be relatively confident that at least part of the property is highly visible to potential visitors. The property's high degree of authority is likely responsible for the high search ranking. Good SEO tools used to perform highly reliable analytics on the property can answer many, if not all, of the questions an owner might have about why a property is performing well. If the SERP for the property is, say, 2, 3, or beyond, then the site is essentially invisible to a potential visitor who is looking for relevant information. The obvious result of online invisibility is low, or non-existent, online traffic to the property which has little or no measurable authority on a topic. Finally, competing online properties that have been rewarded by the search engines with a higher search ranking serve to push listings for other properties off of page number 1 for relevant searches. Good analytics data can offer reliable insight into what aspects of competing properties are responsible for their higher search positions and superior online visibility. Armed with this competitive intelligence, an online marketer can mirror the successful use of keywords and other data on his or her own property. This tactic can effectively dilute many advantages used by competitors to improve and maintain the visibility of their own property or properties. ROI. If a property is highly visible relative to the topic of the site and has been rewarded by the search engines with a high degree of authority on the topic, then the return on investment in the property should also be high. Online ROI can be measured in at least 2 ways. In the case of non-commercial properties designed to disseminate information to visitors, ROI can be calculated in terms of numbers of visitors to the property. One might assume that a non-commercial site with a high volume of visitors has been well worth the investment in the property. But the numbers of visitors to a property, commercial or non-commercial, reveals only the most obvious data point that an owner should consider. Analytics can reveal other important measurements which offer much deeper insight into precisely how successful a property is and, more importantly, why the property is successful or not. A high volume of visitors can actually be the result of a poorly performing property that is attracting lots of totally unqualified traffic for which the property was not intended to. If the non-commercial property owner uses analytics to collect and analyze information about various properties, then weaknesses can be identified. Often, the quality, originality, perceived value, and usability of the content on a property is the culprit for poor SERP results. Good SEO tools can make suggestions about how to improve poorer performing parts of a property. After testing, measuring, and continuously repeating the process, the property owner can, further, enhance the property's visibility and relevance and, thereby, improve its ROI if necessary. In the case of commercial properties, the ultimate goal is to generate revenue. In fact, the goal is to generate as much revenue as possible, which can be directly attributed to a specific property. If the investment in a property can be shown to be directly responsible for achieving a revenue goal, then ROI is fairly easy to calculate and everyone is happy. But hold on a minute. What if a high ROI does not reflect the true revenue-generating potential of an online property? What if the property was actually leaving tons of revenue-generating opportunities on the table for competitors to scoop up? Just how happy would the property owner be if that kind of information were available to him or her? Revenue-generating potential of a commercial property. A property's revenue-generating potential is a data point that is too often overlooked by online property owners, especially owners who are too busy patting themselves on the back for generating any revenue at all from their property or properties. Lacking real proof of a property's true revenue-generating potential that only good analytics can otherwise provide can easily lull owners into a false sense of success. Their happiness might turn into disappointment if they knew the number of potential revenue-generating visitors who landed on their property but did not convert by something. Why and how could that happen? Good analytics can often tell the story when the true potential of a property is unknown. Analytics can reveal the hows and whys for losing online selling opportunities at the property if this is suspected. Analytics can even reveal to the online marketer what can be done to further increase the property's conversion rate beyond what has already been achieved. It goes without saying that the higher the conversion rate, the higher the ROI from the property. Failing commercial properties, on the other hand, if the investment in a property does not achieve a revenue goal relative to ROI, then clearly something is very wrong. Does the reason for a failing property have something to do with the property search ranking? If so, then why? Is the perceived value, quality, and originality of the content so poor that the failing property lacks sufficient authority on a topic? Is the site designed with the user in mind, or is it so complicated to navigate that visitors simply give up and leave the property altogether before ever attempting a revenue-generating action?